Welcome to Superdude channel, Superdude. We're watching the Formula 1 Monaco Grand Prix. The Grand Prix where you can almost never pass. So I don't know what the normies, the normal Formula 1, drive to survive noobs are going to think about this race, because they're definitely not going to find as interesting. Verstappen most likely will win this race, even if half of his engine doesn't work, but his engine is still able to move forward at a reasonable pace. I think he will still win. That is what happened with Ricciardo. He had an engine issue and was still able to win the Monaco Grand Prix in a Red Bull. Just if you didn't know that, that's exactly what happened. So we're about to get started here. So personally speaking, this Formula 1 is probably going to be a little bit boring. However, the start of the Grand Prix could be interesting. Because remember, Alonso qualified second yesterday. However, he was provisional pole. He could have qualified first and looked like he was going to qualify first, but somehow Max Verstappen at the final sector, he managed to pass Alonso, man. And I mean, his pace at the final sector was the only one that he needed to actually beat Alonso, which is insane to think. So here we go, we're about to go racing, almost green lights. 1, 2, 3, go. Lights out. Let's see what's gonna happen. Is Alonso gonna? No, Alonso's slotting in behind. Verstappen is now, oh man, it looked like Alonso was sliding into the wall there. Dude, it looked to me like Alonso was sliding in the wall, but he seemed to have kept his car away from the wall enough for him not to damage it. Okay, so let's just look at the positions quickly. I need to know. Contact. Nico Hulkenberg made contact with Albon. They're bumping each other, hitting each other. Why is Lance Stroll purposefully keeping them? Oh no, it's not Lance Stroll. Who is that? That has to be Albon, or Albon was purposefully brake checking them, dude. It's crazy. Albon was like brake checking Hulkenberg, Bottas, man. That is insane to me. Why he would do that? So Verstappen is now, okay, so at the moment it seems like this is Verstappen's race. If you don't know this, in Monaco it's virtually impossible to pass someone. Stroll, I've got damage and a puncture. So Stroll already has damage and a puncture. Yeah, well, Stroll. Why are they? Okay. Okay, so ultimately, so they're putting Checo Perez. If you don't know this, Checo Perez in this current Formula 1 is probably the best street racer. Yet with qualifying yesterday he showed that he's not a robot. He does make mistakes. He makes mistakes. Dude, why the hell do I want to? It feels like I'm choking on something. Is it a 10-5? Hulkenberg and Logan Sargent. Has to be Logan Sargent, dude. Logan Sargent has to be the problem there, because Hulkenberg is the experienced driver. So Perez and Red Bull are trying to play the smart game, trying to give him hard tires, pitting him immediately after the first lap to see if Checo Perez can ultimately gain his notoriety as the street circuit specialist. And yes, I do agree. In the current roster of Formula 1 drivers, Sergio Perez, yes, of course, being that he's driving a Red Bull, is the street circuit specialist. He can beat Verstappen. He can. However, he didn't qualify properly yesterday. So his chances of being able to beat Verstappen is now 0%. 0% purely because Verstappen outqualified him and did not damage his car. I would not be surprised if Sergio Perez feels uncomfortable with his current car. That would not even surprise me. Cars 63, Russell noted incorrect starting location. How do you not know where you're supposed to start, Russell? A helicopter dude, I can barely see what's happening. They're showing a helicopter camera and I can't see a thing, dude. But dude, I'm telling you, like Alonso at the start, it looked like he was getting very, like he was like almost drifting towards the wall. But seeing that he left himself enough space, he didn't touch the wall. So we're just watching the replays from the start. Watching replays from the start. See, there it looked to me like it was about to hit the wall, but I didn't. Oh, he's hitting. Yeah, I'm telling you, when it comes to Lewis Hamilton, people can start forgetting about him, dude. Qualification in Monaco is as equal as you need it to be. This is Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll. That is his mistake. Lance Stroll is an idiot driving into a gap where there is no gap. Logan Sargent just decided. It was Logan Sargent that brake checked him, dude. Logan Sargent brake checked. Oh no, it's not Logan Sargent. It is Albon. It was Albon that brake checked him. Yeah, you see, that is insane to me, man. Yeah, so ultimately what I can see now is that Logan Sargent, Hülkenberg did a very dangerous move on Logan Sargent. So there might be a chance that Hülkenberg might get a 5-second penalty. Depends on the situation, but ultimately Hülkenberg is lost. How the hell is he lost now? Albon was brake checking people, which is fascinating. And I knew he was going to get a penalty. Nico Hülkenberg is getting a penalty. 5 seconds. Dude, I literally, it is like I'm whispering these things to these people, man. I'm whispering it to the stewards. It makes sense why they would give him a penalty. It makes complete sense why they would give him a penalty. Ultimately, he shouldn't have made it a dangerous move on Logan Sargent, ultimately touching him and causing a collision. Now, it's not a massive collision, but it's still a collision. That is the reason why people are driving. Look. If Hülkenberg needed to make a move, he should have been very fast reaction time at the start and then try to do it there. But unfortunately, he tried to do it somewhere else where it wasn't going to, work out properly. So unfortunately, that's just the way it works. I'm not saying it's guaranteed that if you have fast reaction time at the start, you will get it. Because every car is different. Some cars, even if you have slow reaction time, the car will compensate for it with traction control and stuff, Even though, as far as I believe, they're not supposed to have traction control. But, I'm just saying that. I wouldn't even be surprised if they have, if cars have a form of traction control, even though they're not supposed to have it. I would not be surprised. They've got a Ferrari logo next to a Red Bull, bro. They just saw Sergio Perez and then they showed a Ferrari logo. Where is Sergio Perez? I'm just curious. Sergio Perez is in 18th. You know what? I have to be completely honest with you. Verstappen is going to beat Alonso to first. Ocon is in third, huh? Ocon isn't. Oh yeah, because of the. Oh yeah, so Charles Leclerc got a penalty because he blocked. I believe it was Lando Norris. One of the McLarens he blocked in qualifying yesterday, so he got a penalty. I did watch the clip of what happened between the McLaren and the Ferrari of Leclerc, and I have to be honest. Leclerc was definitely not giving way to the guy. There was no. It didn't look like he knew that someone was coming. And my question is, if you're driving slow, you should probably stay out of the way as much as possible, regardless if you know someone's coming. But yeah, I just feel bad for Leclerc because this is his home Grand Prix and he always sucks at his Grand Prix, dude. He always sucks, man. I don't know what it is with him and his Grand Prix. He always sucks at this Grand Prix. And now I'm going to have another excuse to say he sucks at this Grand Prix. And another excuse, and he sucks at this Grand Prix. Okay, Stewart's incident involving car 63 reviewed. No further investigation. Incorrect starting location. Why did they say he had incorrect position if he didn't have incorrect position, starting position for Russell? Dude, are these stewards smoking? They must be high, dude. Because how the hell do you review something when it isn't even when it's a non-issue? It is like they're hallucinating. The guy's in the wrong position, but he's not. Like, how are you that high, bro? So yeah, Verstappen is 2.3 seconds ahead. Ocon is 8 seconds behind Verstappen. Like, I would say Ocon will probably not finish third purely because of pit strategy. Dude, I'm gonna be honest right now. I just don't see much happening in this race. I do not see much happening. I do not see much happening in this race, that's for sure. Dude, there's nothing to say here. Okay, so let's just do a position check at least. So Verstappen in first, 2 seconds ahead of Alonso in second, Ocon in third, Carlos Sainz in fourth, Hamilton in fifth, Leclerc in sixth, Gasly in seventh, Russell in eighth, Yuki Tsunoda in ninth, Norris in 10th, Piastri in 11th, De Vries in 12th. Finally, De Vries is doing something good with his car. He's now literally in 12th position. Albon in 13th place. Albon in 13th place. I still don't know why Albon was brake checking people after that carousel, where that long round carousel turn happened. Why was he brake checking them? Bottas 14th, Logan Sargent in 15th. Magnussen is 16th, 17th is Stroll, 18th is Perez, 19th is Zhou Guanyu, 12th is Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg is not going to get anywhere because he's got a penalty in a racetrack where you're basically impossible to pass people. Even if there is a safety car, it's not going to do much. Apart from just bring them all together. So, if you don't know this, Verstappen hasn't won this race in a couple of years now, dude. So this is that one race that Verstappen desperately wants to win. Again, at least, you know? Why is that guy on the racetrack? There's a guy on the racetrack taking a photo. He's basically on the racetrack. I don't get it. Like, how hard is it for you guys to implement implement? How hard is it for you guys to actually enforce rules that people can't enter a racetrack when people are racing? I wonder if they hit those barriers, if those barriers will just flip open. Left rears. So Alonso is complaining about the left rears, or his team is explaining to him that his left rear is going to be a problem later on in the race. Interesting. Okay. Dude, this is so interesting. This is like, I don't know if so Verstappen is in first, 3 seconds behind is Alonso, 12 seconds behind is Ocon. So Verstappen is just building a lead at this point. At a racetrack where you don't really have to, you know, literally build a lead. The only time, okay, I do agree when it comes to the pit stop, it's probably better to have a lead when you do your first pit stop. So I completely agree with the first pit stop being a good idea, that they need to have a lead. So now the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz is on the ass. Yes, I did say ass. Of Ocon, and now I'm probably going to get demonetized. Oh wait, my channel is not demonetized. Or should I say monetized? My channel is not monetized because I've never been monetized. Actually, I was monetized long ago before they had that minimum requirements thing. Ooh, he hit it. What is Carlos Sainz thinking, dude? You're a driver. I swear these guys that get paid to be race drivers are just absolute idiots, man. What did you think was going to happen there? You needed to stop. You needed to slow down. Yeah, well, it was too quick for Ferrari, bro. Do you really think Ferrari will be that fast? It's flipping Ferrari, bro. It's... Why didn't he just go in? Carlos Sainz said he was staying out. Carlos Sainz is literally the architect of his own demise. He's an actual double agent trying to... Ferrari was ready for him. I was just trashing on Ferrari, but Ferrari was literally ready for him to pit him and fix his wing. And the double agent Carlos Sainz said, no, I will not pit. You will get a black flag, you moron. You don't have a choice, you idiot. You caused the fact that your car is braking. You caused it. Now pit. Yeah, well, so basically now the team is saying, okay, fine, Carlos Sainz doesn't want to come in, so that's his choice. We have to wait for the FIA to decide if they... Look here, the FIA is going to decide. Now, I do agree that there's a very good chance that he might not get a penalty. Look, I agree that Carlos Sainz shouldn't go into the pits because he will lose position. However, you caused the accident. You caused it. So you don't have a choice at that point. They're saying it's okay. It's only Alonso that knows if he's got a... So basically now it seems that Alonso might have gotten a flat... Might have gotten damage on his tire because of the debris of Carlos Sainz. It could be a puncture on the right... I see something on the right tire. The front right tire looks like it's a little bit deflated. Just a little bit more deflated than the left side. Just a little bit more. So I'm not sure if that is the case. I might be wrong. I might be wrong, dude. Yeah, so Daniel Ricciardo's MG UK was not working. And he still won the Grand Prix, even though his MG UK. You see, it's very hard to call the Carlos Sainz situation, because I do remember that there was a Formula 1 car. But how was he gonna get in there anyways? How is he gonna get in there anyways, dude? Lewis Hamilton drove over the debris. So I'm just listening to what's happening, and so far what I can notice is that they showed the replay with Carlos Sainz trying to pass Ocon, and there was no way. He even basically, with the damage on his car, with the front wing, he basically pushed Ocon. He pushed Ocon. Ocon's car was sliding, so Ocon corrected his car and then started to cross the corner instead of making the corner properly. The same way that Carlos Sainz did it. Just going straight on instead of doing the corner properly. So where is Perez now? Perez is now still in 18th. Dude, he is like, there's no point for him to have put the dude. Absolutely. Okay, the only reason why Sergio Perez was told to put is so he could make up more places. Make more places when the people put. That's what I'm trying to say. Dude, I am so surprised, man. Carlos Sainz made a move where there was no way, dude. There was no way he was gonna make that move stick. It was so risky that even, like, I don't even think Max Verstappen, the most aggressive driver in Formula 1 currently, would even do that move. Some, you mean Alonso? So they're saying, so Mercedes is telling Russell that some drivers are complaining about graining on the medium tires. Ultimately, we're saying that it's graining on Alonso's car that's causing the concern. So Perez is right behind the train of Stroll, Magnussen, and Logan Sargent. I'm telling you, if Sergio Perez tries to make a move, he will damage his car. There's almost no question about it. If you try and make a move, you will damage your car. That's why I say, in this race, it's basically impossible to pass. Basically impossible to pass. The thing that bothers me with Carlos Sainz is that I'm pretty sure Ocon closed the door on Carlos Sainz. I do agree that it was a disc causing a collision. Black and white flag. Black and white flag for Carlos Sainz for causing a collision. Yeah, so basically the FIA or the stewards have to. Whoa! Kevin Magnussen passes Logan Sargent, dude. So it is possible. Logan Sargent got passed by Kevin Magnussen on the track that it's almost impossible to pass. You see, when you see that type of pass, then you realize these guys can't pass each other, you know? But I think Magnussen is a very experienced driver. Like Magnussen has been in Formula One for many years, and then he left, and then he returned. So he has got racing. Pero Lance Stroll going on the inside. Now Carlos Sainz going on the inside. I mean Sergio Perez going on the inside. So Sergio Perez going on the inside. As soon as Lance Stroll sabotaged Logan Sargent's racing line by passing him 2 corners before the finish line. Remember, it's not the finish line yet, but it's a finishing straight. The start finish line, should I say? The start finish line, so I don't get my words messed up here. So 2 corners before the start finish line, Logan Sargent got compromised by Stroll passing him on the inside, and then Perez said, "Okay, I'll do the same thing." Oh, good job, man. Good job from Magnussen. I think the problem here is that we're dealing with Logan Sargent, a rookie. A rookie doesn't know exactly how and where. Why did Logan Sargent slow down so significantly? He slowed down so much. Or it could just be him avoiding. Logan Sargent does not know how to defend at Monaco, dude. He has got no idea how to keep these cars behind him. Trust me, if that is Alonso, if Alonso wasn't Ned Williams, they will not get past him. No chance. No chance for them to pass Alonso. Even if he's driving the slowest car there, you will still force him to stay behind him. They would drive on his tail and he would still be able to keep them behind them. So now they're trying to get to Albon, right? Oh, Hulkenberg is now trying to pass Logan Sargent. Dude, Logan Sargent does not like this track, dude. Look here. If there is one racetrack that I would never want to race on, that I don't... The one racetrack that I would never want to be a part of when it comes to being a Formula 1 driver, that I'm glad I'm not a Formula 1 driver. Because remember, there used to be a time in my life that I was obsessed with racing. And being a Formula 1 driver would have been something I would have loved. Love to be the position in, love to be in that position of, driving, What the hell is going on there? Why did the Alfa Romeo do that? Interesting. So Sergio Perez got the fastest second sector so far. So they're talking about the Williams, James Vowles, the team principal. Carlos Sainz, stay out. He's staying out. Carlos Sainz staying out is not a good idea, dude. It's not a good idea. Not at this point. So Max Verstappen just wants to build a lead high enough so he can just pit and no one bother him. Okay, so I'm just observing something on my PC. My PC is doing some things in the background. It's probably not supposed to. I just hope it's not translating on the stream. I just hope things are not messing. I hope these things are not messing up my stream. So yeah, so honestly, if you are not a Formula One fan, then I would suggest you don't watch this race anymore. Because guaranteed Verstappen is gonna win unless he crashes or unless there's some chaotic things happen. So only if there's unpredictable things like crashing, rain, you know, more crashes from other people crashing into him, backmarkers crashing into him. Like if there's no unpredictable things happening, there's no way that Max Verstappen is going to lose this race. At the moment, Max Verstappen is building a lead, and obviously he's building that lead because he wants to pit easily without losing any position, exiting in first and then staying in front, never having to actually pass anybody. So Max Verstappen is doing what he needs to do. Sergio Perez at the moment, he is down in 16th place. We do not see anybody passing anybody anymore. So only Logan Sargent, the rookie, that got passed because he didn't know where to position his car. He's got no idea. Logan's like, if that is the only way to know that you're a rookie in Formula One is if you don't know how to block people in Monaco. If you do not know how to block these, block your the guy behind you, the cars behind you in Monaco, then you are definitely a rookie driver in Formula One, that's for sure. So there you go, write that down in your notebooks. If you ever want to know if a Formula One driver is a rookie, if he cannot block any driver behind him in Monaco, it means he's a rookie. So position check, Verstappen first, Alonso second, Ocon third, Carlos Sainz in fourth, fifth is Hamilton, 6th is Leclerc, 7th Gasly. We've got Lance Stroll trying to attack Magnussen right now. Lance Stroll attacking Magnussen, and I can only imagine Lance Stroll is going to crash, dude. I'm telling you now, Lance Stroll is going to... If Lance Stroll... what happened now is because of the rookie nature, the rookiness of Logan Sargent has now given Lance Stroll hope that he can pass someone way more mature and experienced than Magnussen. You're going to make a mistake, Lance Stroll. You're going to make a mistake. And yes, I was going to say this before and then I cut myself off. I do believe Ocon moved to the left, blocking Carlos Sainz. I do believe Ocon blocked Carlos Sainz. I do believe that. So it is not fully Carlos Sainz's fault that he was committed to passing, but he should have probably done it in such a way that he should be able to pass Ocon without having Ocon being okay. But then if you think about it, if Ocon moves in front of you, he's gonna move in front of you, right? So yeah, I would say Carlos Sainz should definitely not get a penalty, which he didn't. But I do believe if Ocon does that thing again, I think they should probably give Ocon a warning now. Tell him, hey, regardless if you are saying you're innocent, if we see you moving in front of a driver attempting to pass you again, and we believe you're doing it, to danger the person, to endanger yourself and the driver that's trying to pass you, then we will penalize you and you would in any ways lose more than just the position that you're trying to fight for. I think if they can at least transmit that, warning to Ocon, then that would be already a very good thing, because Ocon, I'm telling you now, he definitely moved in front of Carlos Sainz at a very strange angle, at a very strange time. He wasn't following the racing line, as you would say. So I do feel for Carlos Sainz, but I also believe that Carlos Sainz can use his brain, be a little bit smarter, use that momentum to stay as close as possible to Ocon, and find out where you can actually make the move before you even attempt to make a move. And then when you make an attempt, test him. Like, see what's he going to do when you try and make a move, instead of fully committing and then damaging your wing. Because that's a problem there. You have a lot of laps and he messed it up. So yeah, we have to wait and see what's gonna happen. But let's just quickly do a position check again and let me complete this. I was just reminded when I said Ocon, I was just reminded I needed to say this thing about Ocon. So Verstappen first place, Alonso second, Ocon third, Carlos Sainz fourth, Hamilton. They said there might be a rain risk. There might be a rain risk. There was rain last year as well, right? I believe so. So Carlos Sainz fourth, Hamilton fifth, Leclerc sixth, Gasly and seventh, which is good for Gasly, I have to be honest. Eighth is Russell, ninth is Yuki Tsunoda, 10th Norris, 11th Piastri, 12th De Vries, 13th Bottas, Magnussen 14th. Lance Stroll is still right behind Magnussen, waiting for Magnussen to make a mistake. And then we've got Magnussen 14th, Stroll 15th, 16th Perez, Hülkenberg 17th, Zhou New 18th, Albon is in 19th, and Logan Sargent in 20th. Okay, so Carlos Sainz on the radio again. So Ferrari and Carlos Sainz are trying to like hope for the rain, and they are doing all sorts of strategy. And he's not pitting. Stay out. It looked like they were gonna pit him, but he stayed out. If they change his front wing, it's gonna take more time. So the reason why Carlos Sainz should have just pitted as soon as possible is because that's the main reason why Perez pitted soon. The main reason why Red Bull pitted Perez soon is so he can have some opportunity of passing people that are pitting. Lap 27, we're watching Verstappen's front left really isn't pretty. So front left tire is very worn on Verstappen's car. Interesting. See, those tires could mean a lot, man. It takes 19 seconds for an average pit stop. So Verstappen needs 8 more. Sorry, 8 more. Yeah, you can say 7 if you want to cut it close. But I would say it is Red Bull. So yeah. Verstappen, are they gonna put him now? Okay, so I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. This is boring, bro. This is absolutely boring. And you know what? I don't mind watching because I've already seen this. I've seen this, I know this. I'm a Formula 1 veteran when it comes to watching Formula 1. It's just that I wonder what the noobs are going to say. The noobs are probably going to be like, oh, it's such a boring race. Yeah, of course, it's freaking Monaco. You absolute fools. You think you know Formula 1 racing, watching Drive to Survive? You've got no idea what Formula 1 is. You have no concept of what Formula 1 really is, do you? Watching Drive to Survive does not do anything. Would Perez? No, Perez won't even be able to get fastest lap of the race because he's too far down. I think it has to be top 5 or top 6. Is it top 6 or is it top 10? It might be top. Oh yeah, sorry. It might be top 10 drivers. Top 10 drivers get the points, and they probably are entitled to get fastest lap of the race. So pit stops. The only people that pitted is Perez, Zhou Yu, Hulkenberg, Logan Sargent, Albon, and that's it. No one else pitted. No one else has pitted, dude. Not one single person has pitted. Alonso is actually catching back up to Verstappen, dude. Alonso's catching back up to Verstappen. Alonso was 11 seconds. He's now down to 9.3. Interesting, Alonso. I think Verstappen made a mistake somewhere. I think Verstappen made a mistake somewhere, dude. Because that's a lot of time gone from Verstappen's race so far. Now it's 8 seconds, 8.9 seconds. Dude, Alonso's catching up to Verstappen, dude. Alonso's catching up to Verstappen. That's insane to me. The tires look absolutely perfect. See, the issue is that Alonso catching up to Verstappen is fine. Like, you know, okay, cool. That is good. Good for Alonso catching up. Getting right behind him is also really good. Like, I would really appreciate seeing him. Okay, now he's almost 7 seconds behind Verstappen, dude. So Alonso's actually doing his best to catch up to Verstappen right now. But what I was trying to say is that the issue here is that you're racing Verstappen, dude. You're racing someone that not only understands how to race hard, how to be a very, very, very competitive driver when it comes to, you know, making the moves on track, racing his opponent. Verstappen is definitely that guy. See, if Verstappen pitted, he would have easily been in second place. Easily. But now it's too late. You know, exiting from the pits, I mean. If he exited from the pits and he pitted when he still had 11-second gap from Alonso, then it would have been fine. So now Leclerc, it says Leclerc needs to push now? Why is Leclerc in 5th place if he just went into the pits and came out of the pits? There has to be something wrong on the time sheets, dude. Let me just understand what's happening here quickly. So why would Ferrari tell Leclerc he needs to push now? He was in 5th place. It means he didn't go into the pits, but why did they tell him to push? Ocon pits. Carlos Sainz now in 3rd place. So Ocon's pit stop, they compromised Ocon 4.2 seconds. I don't even understand why. What was wrong there? So okay, so clearly Perez is cheating here. Stroll didn't push you off. You're trying to do a position. You're trying to take a position at an impossible corner, man. Perez is trying to pass someone at an impossible corner at the entry of the most impossible corner to pass. Like, what did he think was going to happen there? Carlos Sainz went into the pits. Did they change his tires? Did they change his tire? His front wing, I mean. Did they change his front wing? Verstappen's still out. 5 seconds. Alonso's now 5 seconds behind Verstappen, dude. Race control, turn 10, involving cars Perez and Stroll, leaving the track and gaining an advantage. Yeah, well, I think Perez gave back the position, so there's no action needed, bro. Fastest lap from Hamilton, 1 minute 15 seconds, .650. There's no action needed. Perez gave up the position. There's no need for them to investigate. They are investigating something where the driver said, you know what, I'll just give him back the position because I already know. I already know where this is going to go. Okay, so who has pitted? Ocon has pitted. Dude, I'm telling you now, Leclerc has not pitted. Oh! What is going on? Oh, Perez did not give up the position. Perez got in a collision. Perez got into a collision, and then Stroll forcefully took back the position. So Perez will get a 5-second penalty for sure. Perez will get a 5-second penalty for sure. For sure, Perez will get a 5-second penalty. Because he didn't seem to show any indication that he's going to give back that position. Perez box because you destroyed your front wing. See, that's what happens when you've got a guilty conscience. You've got a guilty conscience, now you're doing things you're not supposed to do. You're destroying your car. And ultimately, why? That's actually a good pit. Let's be completely honest. If for changing a front wing, that's pretty good. Yeah, but the position wasn't given back. It was Stroll forcefully took it back because honestly, Carlos Sainz is angry. He's fighting with his team on the radio. He's swearing, he's shouting at them. I'm not sure what's happening. It's about the wing or something. I'm so confused. So Carlos Sainz is angry because they had to change the front wing, and it slowed them. Stroll? Why did Stroll just brake? Oh, he braked for Alonso. Lance Stroll braked for Alonso like it was awesome, dude. Like, that is when you know that's your teammate, bro. That is when you know that's your teammate. And you know, you're in a good relationship with your teammate. I've never seen a teammate slow down for their... So Carlos Sainz is angry because they... Yeah, so Carlos is angry because of the pit stop, because of his wing, because of the slowness, because of positions he's lost. And ultimately, you caused the damage on your wing, man. Your team is going to try and fix your wing, bro. Give them back the car that they gave you to drive. Don't give them back a broken car, bro. And then you don't have to worry about them trying to fix a wing that you don't want them to fix. Potential risk of rain. Who knows if that's going to be for real. Okay, so Ocon, Sainz, and Hamilton pitted. Ocon, Carlos Sainz, and Hamilton is pitted. The rest... Magnussen. Yo, that's dangerous, bro. Lance Stroll and Magnussen are basically going to cause an accident. Like, I'm already calling it. If Lance Stroll passes Magnussen, it is crash city, bro. They're going to crash. If Stroll tries to pass Magnussen, they're going to crash. I'm just being honest. Magnussen is not Logan Sargent. It's not. Logan Sargent is a noob. He's a rookie. He doesn't yet know how to properly block and defend on this track. And that's why it gave Lance Stroll this false sense of security that, oh, I can pass on this track that no one can pass on. Bro, you can't. Don't do it. Dude, Stroll is gonna cause an accident, dude. If Stroll does not, like, I do understand he's a race car driver. I do understand that, bro. But he is, if he tries to tempt and challenge Magnussen, it's gonna be really bad for him, man. I'm just using common sense at this point. Logan's, like, if he did it with Piastri, another rookie driver, then I would say maybe there's an opportunity there. Half left the door. He didn't leave anything open, man. Magnussen could have crashed there, bro. Yeah, so let's just do a position check, because I know that Alonso is now back to 8 seconds. He was 7 seconds, now he's back to 8 seconds. Verstappen is first, Alonso second, Leclerc is in third. So Leclerc has not pitted. They have not pitted Leclerc. They probably told him he needs to push before they need to pit him. I think that's what actually happened there. Gasly is in fourth, Russell in fifth, sixth is Ocon, seventh is Carlos Sainz, Hamilton in 8th, Yuki Tsunoda 9th, Norris 10th, Piastri 11th, 12th De Vries, 13th Bottas, Magnussen 14th, Stroll 15th, Hulkenberg 16th, Zhou Guanyu 17th, Albon in 18th. Perez is, oh yeah, Perez had to put again, I forgot. He's in 19th, Logan Sargent 20th. Turn 19 involving cars, Magnussen and Stroll note and causing a collision. I have to be honest, Stroll is most likely going to get a 5-second penalty. If they really want to penalize someone, they will penalize Lance Stroll. But I would say that's a bit unfair, man. That's a bit unfair. Lance Stroll was seeing a gap, took it, then backed off, and it just so happened to touch the back wheel of Magnussen. Because remember, he was close to getting to the middle of Magnussen's car. So the front of Stroll's car was reaching the middle point of Magnussen's car. The middle of Magnussen's car. And at that point, Stroll realized he needed to slow down because there's no chance, there's no gap, there's no space for both of them. So he slowed down, and by that point, his front wing clipped the guy in front, which is Magnussen. And it looked way worse than what it should have been. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure why Stroll thought he was going to pass there. But I would still give him the benefit of the doubt to say that is not necessary for him to get penalized there. I don't think it's necessary. It's not necessary to penalize him, to be completely honest. Antonio Giovinazzi, Ferrari reserve driver. Antonio Giovinazzi, the reserve driver for Ferrari. Forza Ferrari. Dude, Stroll, bro, leave it. Let it go, bro. Let it go. Let it go. There is no gap. There is nothing. This is Magnussen. You're not passing Logan Sargent. I promise you, this is not the same. This is not the same, dude. This is not the same as passing Logan Sargent. It would never be the same because Logan Sargent is a rookie. Magnussen is not a rookie. And the reason why it makes such a difference, because what happens is when an experienced driver knows that someone is behind him, his opponent is behind him trying to pass him, all that the guy needs to do, especially on this track, is he needs to position his car in such a way that even if the guy tries to challenge him, he couldn't even attempt to get next to him. That's all he needs to do, and that is why these experienced drivers know that that's what they need to do, and that's why they do it. So it seems like there might be some kind of minor typhoon storm coming. Nick de Vries is going so slowly. So Bottas is trying to pass de Vries. Dude, it looked like Stroll hit that wall almost. Yeah, so we're watching Stroll trying to pass Magnussen is not a good idea, bro. Stroll is not a good idea. It is not. Like pressure him, fine. Pressure him is great. If that's what, if Stroll is just putting a lot of pressure on Magnussen, then great. He's doing a good job. He's doing a very good job. But passing him is not a good idea, bro. I just don't know, dude. Verstappen now leads Leclerc. So if Alonso goes into the pits, then Leclerc will be second. Leclerc is 21 seconds, but so as soon as Alonso pits, then Verstappen will pit. I guarantee you. However, the only question would be, is the rain. The rain is the only unknown, and that's why I think Verstappen and Red Bull has said, you know what? If you're comfortable to stay out, Verstappen, then stay out. Let's see what this rain situation brings. And Verstappen's probably like, yeah, I can still stay out. Let me stay out and see if there is rain. And if there's not rain, then sooner or later we're going to have to make the decision and we have to bite the bullet and we have to pit. Alonso is actually trying to challenge Verstappen. That's quite interesting. So Verstappen is saying he's not sure he can keep it up. Verstappen just radioed. He said, you know what? I don't think I can keep up this pace. Ultimately means that Alonso is putting pressure on Verstappen. Even though he's not right behind him. He's 8 seconds behind him. I must say, Monaco is such a nice looking place. But at the same time, it just looks so clustered together. Look so squeezed. They look like they were living on top of each other, which is a little bit odd. Dude, there's debris on the side of the road. It looked like a front wing debris. It's probably what happened with what's his name? Sergio Perez. So Sergio Perez's race strategy is completely destroyed. All because he decided to drive into the... Like, no one told him to drive to the back of Magnussen. No one told him to drive to the back of Magnussen. But I'm pretty sure Magnussen might also be to blame. Leclerc pitted. So Leclerc pitted. Alonso is staying out. Alonso is staying with Verstappen, dude. Alonso is saying, well, Verstappen, it's your move, bro. If you pit, then I will pit later. I'm just wondering when I'm wondering what Alonso's original plan was for his pit stop, his pit crew. What was Aston Martin's original strategy for Alonso's pit stop? I'm curious to know. Curious to know what Alonso's Aston Martin pit stop strategy was originally. Because at the moment, they are just waiting for Verstappen, dude. Their pit stop strategy is all based on what Verstappen does. Is this Verstappen? Yeah, they're showing on board of Verstappen. Looks crazy, man. Verstappen's on board looks crazy, man. Damn, bro. Actually, I think that visor cam is lighter because the commentator is saying that it's darker, but it's actually lighter. I think the driver camera is actually adjusted to make it more lighter than what it probably is. So ultimately, I highly doubt that Alonso is gonna pit anytime soon, unless Verstappen pits first. They're all waiting for Verstappen to make a move, and then they'll do something. I'm telling you now, if Alonso and Aston Martin can pull off this pit stop strategy and actually get Verstappen and actually beat Verstappen, like just even if it's just in the pit lane, like somehow their pit stop is faster than Verstappen, and somehow, you know, it just happens that Alonso ends up in front of Verstappen after the pit stops, and that is going to be insane. But at the moment, I think that's highly unlikely because remember, he's 9 seconds behind Verstappen. Verstappen isn't making it easy on so they still forecasting that there might be there might be rain, there might not be rain, who knows? No one knows. There might or there might not be rain. People that have put Alonso, Ocon, Sainz, Hamilton, Leclerc. And then we also have Hülkenberg, Zhou Guanyu, Albon, Perez, and Logan Sargent. They have pitted. No one else have pitted, bro. He hit the wall. Yeah, he just grazed it. He grazed it, bro. He grazed it. He grazed the wall, bro. Oscar Piastri grazing the wall. Like, that is like he like, if you ever want to touch a wall, that is how you touch the wall, bro. You barely touch it. You basically kiss it. Like, kiss it very softly. That's exactly what he did. Kissed it ever so softly. And now we've got Gasly pitting. Yeah, so ultimately, so they're saying there's a few drops of rain a few kilometers from the track. So what's happening now is Red Bull wants to wait and see if it's going to rain on the track. If it rains on the track, everybody's going to have to pit anyways. Now, if you don't notice, if you're new to Formula 1, even though it rains, it doesn't mean anything. If the track just has light drizzle, it doesn't mean they have to go in for full wets. It doesn't mean they have to even have intermediates. Because first of all, they have to understand how much rain. If it's just a light drizzle and it stops, guess what? They can continue driving on the same exact tires. So I'm not exactly sure. Because ultimately what should happen now is they should just follow this strategy. If Verstappen is happy to drive the way he is right now, then fine. If not, then I would suggest I just follow this strategy, because ultimately everybody's going to have to go in anyways. I do agree that they would compromise their race if Alonso was to stay out and wait for rain. And yes, rain did actually come, and it was significant for them to actually change to intermediate tires. Minimum intermediate tires, and fine. Oh, he touched. Kevin Magnussen touched. Oh, he bumped it. He bumped it. He bumped it. Oh, Magnussen is doing what he did in Melbourne. I wonder why he's doing that. Kevin Magnussen is like sliding his back, his car's back left wheel was sliding into the barrier. It wasn't as hard as what Perez's shunt was when he qualified, but I can't imagine doing one or more of that again, because I'm pretty sure his wheel will stop working properly. Is that Verstappen passing Hamilton? Lapping Hamilton? Is that Verstappen lapping Hamilton? I'm assuming. No, that's not Verstappen lapping Hamilton. I thought it was, but no, that's not the case. That is Perez unlapping himself, I think. Gets a bit confusing when you see cars out of position on screen and you wonder why they are behind specific cars, and you realize, oh wait, they are 2 laps behind. So they're trying to unlap themselves. So there's a little bit of rain in turn 3. And that's probably why Magnussen was sliding into the barrier. That's possibly the reason why he was sliding into the barrier, bro. Interesting. Interesting. I'm curious. Yeah, they're showing Verstappen. Now remember, if just trying to think about this. If the track does lose grip, then Verstappen can slide and cause damage to his car. So ultimately, Verstappen can cause an accident if he... But the thing with Verstappen is he's looking at everything, dude. His team is telling him everything. Now we've got Lando Norris coming to the pits. And they are not putting him with intermediates, so they have no concern about the rain. It's raining more and more. Russell says it's raining more and more. If that's true or not, I'm not sure. Because remember, we're talking about Mercedes here, bro. Mercedes have been known to cap. Mercedes have been known to cap their asses off, man. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it is raining as much as Russell is advertising or marketing it being. But we have to wait and see what's happening. So the commentator is saying it is in fact raining. Verstappen is saying it's raining. We have confirmation. Race leader is confirming right now it's raining. I say, but okay, but then the problem is speed. Dude, there's chaos right now, dude. Chaos. Russell, box. Okay. So this is where we make it or break it. This is where things can go horribly wrong for Verstappen and can go horribly right for Alonso. And for the other teams, of course. So Verstappen still hasn't pitted. No one is pitting, dude. So now you've got drivers. Lance Stroll, Valtteri Bottas have put intermediate tires on. Lance Stroll, Valtteri Bottas, intermediates. Let's see if Lance Stroll, Valtteri Bottas has the pace. Yeah, they would have to put intermediate tires, bro. They have to put intermediate tires. It's just chaos on the screen. Absolute chaos. Put intermediate. I have to drive super slow because my tires are... Okay, he's using... Carlos Sainz is almost going to do the same exact thing. It looked like Ocon was about to drive into the wall, bro. Ocon is still in front, but it looked like Ocon was sliding into the barrier almost, bro. Things are changing dramatically right now. So Perez went from last, almost last, to 17th. Intermediate. So let's see, what can Bottas do to Perez? So basically Red Bull is telling Verstappen there's only one section of the track that's wet, the rest is dry. The majority of the track is dry. So Red Bull still are not convinced that intermediate tires is a good job. A good idea, I mean. Now you've got Zogran New and Albon in the pit, so they're probably going to go for intermediates. Yeah, they're sliding. They're sliding. They're sliding. Yep, they are sliding. So the issue is, oh, they're sliding badly, bro. Alonso, box. So Alonso's saying box, bro. Yeah, I would say intermediate tires. You have to put intermediate. And you have to understand, Verstappen is leading the race, plus he's doing... Ocon is not supposed to... Ocon is not allowed to block like that, dude. Ocon is not allowed to block like that. Someone needs to tell Ocon, bro, you're not allowed to do those maneuvers. Those what do you call those maneuvers? You're not allowed to cause those obvious dangerous maneuvers if someone is behind you. You're not allowed to do that. So now it's raining. Okay, now okay. So this is obvious now. Now it's obvious. So Alonso pitted and came out with medium tires? Okay, so Verstappen hit the barrier, has no damage. But let's see the replay of how he hit his car. Carlos Sainz. Yeah, so Verstappen and the team is saying they're putting for inters now. Dude, they're driving so... I think they need to go hard, wet tires. I think they need full wet tires, bro. He needs to go pit again. Carlos Sainz went for medium tires, bro. Can we please see the replay of Verstappen going into the barriers, bro? Why is Carlos Sainz and Leclerc fighting each other, bro? May we please see the replay? Dude, why can't this Formula 1 coverage team do their bloody job and show us what happened with Verstappen? And how he went into the barrier so we can see how serious it could have been or how not so serious it is. I don't like, why is it so hard? So now Alonso went back into the pits for inters. Dude, Carlos Sainz is a disaster, bro. Carlos Sainz is a disaster, bro. Verstappen still in front with intermediate tires. Can you stupid coverage team show us what happened to Verstappen? I want to see how he went into the barriers. Yeah, with like Ocon is in third place, bro. Ocon made back his position. Mercedes is in fourth and fifth. Ferrari absolutely destroyed. Once again, strategy-wise, got destroyed. Carlos Sainz went to the pits, came out with medium tires, bro, and then had to go right back in for intermediate. Like, what was the point of that? Yeah, Mercedes-Benz is definitely the ones that got lucky, man. Okay, now we're seeing how he went to the barriers. Oh man, it's not that bad. It's not that. So basically, what happened? He was sliding, but not like. So at the slow corners, Verstappen was whoa. Dude, Carlos Sainz went sliding all, like Carlos Sainz's slide looked really bad and he had no damage. Carlos Sainz, Lance Stroll went into the barriers. Right wheel is completely destroyed. Now he's going to drive into that one. My goodness, bro. Why didn't he just wiggle his steering wheel to get the front wing loose? Because the front wing went straight underneath his wheels. Okay, so the Verstappen into the barriers was basically a no incident. What happened was Verstappen was driving very slowly and as he was driving slowly around these slow corners, his car just slided gently touching the barrier. Gently, like he knew what was going to happen. So he gently touched or kissed the barrier. Nothing, not a real problem, bro. Not a real issue. But Carlos Sainz went sliding heavily, like down the straight there. Literally Carlos Sainz went off the track, bro. And then had to re-enter the track after hit. Like it looked way worse. Slick tires for Kevin Magnussen. And he probably slid here. And then he was sliding. And Hulkenberg passed him. Verstappen is 21 seconds in front of Alonso, bro. Verstappen's pit stop strategy was perfect. Perfect. Alonso pitted twice as far as I know. Didn't Alonso pit twice? He pitted for medium tires and then immediately changed to intermediate. Involving cars Russell and Perez. Noted. Unsafe rejoin. Turn 5 incident. Unsafe rejoin for Russell and Perez. Dude, this Esteban Ocon's car is spitting, bro. Esteban Ocon got back into third place. Esteban Ocon got back into third place. That is good. Good job, Esteban Ocon. Good. Like, look here. I will give a guy props. And I have to be honest with you. Magnussen. Yeah, so Magnussen driving with his slick tires crashed at the very last corner before he could enter the pits. So Kevin Magnussen crashed at the very last corner before he could enter the pits and then had to reverse and then had to, rejoin. Luckily, his car kept running. His engine didn't die. He was still able to reverse. He was still able to go forward. And now they realized that they should have prepared the front wing. Honestly, they don't really need the front wing, but it is downforce, so let's just leave it. Let's see how badly he was sliding. Yeah, he went too fast. And then was like, oh, you see. So we had to correct it because the back was sliding. And so when the back was sliding, he was trying to counter steer and he was counter steering straight into the barrier. But it wasn't a massive crash. '18th place for Logan Sargent with intermediate tires is still having problem. Intermediate tires for Logan Sargent, still impossible for him to maintain his car on the race line. Perez is in the pit lane again. Sergio Perez is pitting for what, like the 4th time now? Is he doing full wets? Is Perez doing full wets? Let's see if Perez is doing full wets. Incident involving car 2. Dude, come on, man. They're showing those notifications so fast. Incident turn 5. Incident involving cars Russell and Perez on investigation. Unsafe rejoin. Dude, show us what the result is. They're still showing us the same notification. They showed another notification, but they removed that notification so quickly, so I didn't even see what that was. So Mercedes had a unsafe rejoin. I don't know how it... Oh, Russell got a penalty. I didn't see it, so I've got no idea what happened. But it seemed like Mercedes... Stewart, 5 seconds penalty for Russell. So Russell says something about 3 to 6. Oh, for Ferrari, you mean? It most likely means Ferrari, but that's just Ferrari, bro. Ferrari is being Ferrari today. Kevin Magnussen on the full wet, still going off track. Why is there an issue with his full wets? Why is he having an issue with full wets, bro? Oh, it wasn't. Oh! Sergio Perez is damaging his car. That's probably why he pitted again. Dude, Sergio Perez in a Formula 1 car is this. Okay, so basically when it started raining, it was chaos. Which anybody that knows Formula 1 would have predicted. So the unsafe release is when Russell went off the track, then rejoined the track after sliding over the track. That is what happened there. I think Max Verstappen enjoys this, dude, because now it's just him challenging himself with the rain. I'm gonna be completely honest, this is just Max Verstappen being himself, enjoying the challenge of racing the rain right now. Everybody else is getting destroyed by the rain, and Max Verstappen is just like, hey, I like sliding with my tires and being in full control of my car. Why are they driving straight off? They have no intention of even... You have cars that have got no intention of actually following the racing line. They just want to drive off, have an excuse. Yeah, I think they need a safety. Oh, Verstappen. Oh, Verstappen, like he's getting really squirrely, but he's good. He's good. Oh. Dude, Max Verstappen's, like, it looks so dangerous the way that Max Verstappen drives, but I think he's enjoying it, to be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think he's enjoying it. I think they need full wets, to be honest. But I believe it's Max Verstappen's call if he wants full wets or not. Okay, so Alonso's got zero chance of catching Max Verstappen unless if Max Verstappen loses control, which is possible. It's completely possible. It is like now is more possible than ever during this race that Max Verstappen might lose control and damage his car, and then Alonso catching up and passing Max Verstappen when Max Verstappen is probably off the track, damaged car, can't get back. Whatever the scenario is, it is possible for Alonso to win this. Even if it stops, the track is pretty wet. No, there's no chance for dry tires, bro. Come on, it's lap 62 out of 78. There's no chance for dry tire. Like this commentator is like, oh yeah, no, the track will dry up within 2 laps. Impossible, bro. The best thing to do now is stay on intermediates. Yeah, that's one thing I'm gonna say is Max Verstappen absolutely knows how to drive a car. When it comes, oh, Stroll is out of the race. Stroll is out of the race, bro. Stroll is nothing compared to Alonso, that's for sure. I don't even know why. Like the only reason why Stroll is driving in Formula 1 is because of his father being the boss of Aston Martin, bro. But at least Stroll is showing massive amount of respect for his teammate Fernando Alonso. I must give him that. So if that's the cost, then keep him there, I guess. It's just a pity that you don't have the best of the best driver. You always have someone cheating their way to Formula 1 through their dad or through someone else. So basically, Russell just needs to stay where he is, and he's basically trying to virtue signal that he wants Hamilton to give him his position so he could catch up to Ocon and somehow guarantee a good enough position. Yeah, that's his virtue signaling, that's for sure. So let's just do a position check, because even with the rain causing so much chaos, I wouldn't say that the grid has changed too much, unless if you're a Ferrari, then of course it's changed a lot. Verstappen is first, Alonso second, Ocon third, Hamilton fourth, fifth is Russell, sixth is Leclerc, Gasly 7, Carlos Sainz in 8th, 9th is Yuki Tsunoda, 10th is Norris, 11th Piastri, 12th Bottas, 13 De Vries, 14 Zhou New, 15 Albon, 16 Perez, 17 Hülkenberg, 16 Logan Sargent, Magnussen 19, Stroll is out. So did Stroll just retire his car on the side of the road, or what exactly happened there? Hülkenberg penalty. Why? Why did he get a penalty? 10-second penalty for Hülkenberg, 7 penalty incorrectly. He served a penalty incorrectly. Why did these Formula 1 drivers not learn? Why can Haas not learn from what happened to Ocon in the first Formula 1 race? Why did they not learn from what happened to Fernando Alonso in the second race? Serve your penalties correctly, bro. It's not that hard. What probably happened is Hülkenberg probably went to the pits, got the 5-second penalty, and then instead of completing 5 seconds before touching the car, they didn't even wait for 5 seconds completely to finish. They didn't wait for 5 seconds to completely complete the 5-second penalty without touching the car. And unfortunately, they touched the car before the 5-second penalty was fully. Dude, I'm trying to get the words, and there's words on there, man. To fully serve the penalty. There we go. To fully serve the penalty for 5 seconds, they didn't fully serve the 5-second penalty, and then they already touched the car before the 5 seconds were up, and that meant that now they're getting another 10 seconds. That's just the way it is, man. But that is a team stupid move, dude. That is the team that's at fault there. It's obvious. Someone needs to, like, the team principal needs to go to the pit wall and have a timer there and say, okay, let me count, let me have my stopwatch out and let's count 5 seconds. Okay, now touch it. Now you can touch the car, so we don't do the stupid mistakes, because it's not that hard. 5 seconds, bro. The whole point of him coming in is to serve the 5-second penalty, and now you still mess that up. Come on. Because I don't think it's fair. Hulkenberg is, like, now he's going to lose his position to Logan Sargent, the rookie, bro. Like, Haas is destroyed, bro. Haas is destroyed in this race. And Haas is the only one. Okay, the drivers also are at fault there for being so low down. Especially Magnussen, dude. But Magnussen was pushed so many times. Whoa. They're sliding immensely. Yeah, Verstappen is still out front. Still controlling his car. Max Verstappen being Max Verstappen, bro. Like, I'm telling you, people think that Lewis Hamilton is this, you know, perfect example of the best driver to ever exist. They have no idea what Max Verstappen represents. Like, I am not a Max Verstappen fan. I am the person that looked at what Max Verstappen is capable of and saw, whoa, this kid is scary good. So Yuki is being told he needs some pace, he needs to... and now he's saying the brakes have got a problem. And now Yuki Tsunoda is saying, do you want me to crash or something? They're telling Yuki Tsunoda to drive faster, but at the same time, he's telling that you want to crash or something. Okay, so Hamilton is challenging Ocon. Now, when it comes to experience, if Hamilton cannot pass Ocon, no one can pass. And remember, Ocon has already shown he's got some dirty tricks up his sleeve. Ocon has shown he's got some dirty tricks up his sleeve. Yuki Tsunoda is gonna crash, dude. He looks very uncomfortable behind that steering wheel, bro. Looking at him, he looks extremely uncomfortable behind that steering wheel. Lando Norris is right there, bro. Lando Norris is not your average Formula 1 driver. He is gonna relish in the situations because he knows that now he can make up positions. Where's Piastri 11th? Why is Piastri not... Oh, Piastri's behind Norris. How close is he behind? 2 seconds, 2.5. This is scary, man. If Lando Norris can pass... Oh, Lando Norris sliding. If Lando Norris is going to pass Yuki Tsunoda, I'll be surprised. Unless if Yuki Tsunoda makes a mistake, then that's a completely different story there, man. If Yuki Tsunoda makes a mistake, then I can see Lando Norris passing him. But if he doesn't make a mistake, I cannot see Lando Norris passing him, man. Verstappen is so much in control of this race, they might as well just give him the win now, bro. They might as well just give him the win. Like Verstappen is basically saying, hey, you gave me rain, you gave me all these variables, I'm still winning, I'm still in front. Like, when these commentators spoke about Verstappen hitting the barrier, I thought, my goodness, what just happened? They literally talking about something that is a non-issue, man. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm telling you, these commentators are trying so desperately hard to find something to nail Verstappen on, and they cannot. They cannot. Verstappen, like I am not a massive Max Verstappen fan. I just noticed that Max Verstappen is an incredibly skilled driver. That's all I noticed. And I knew when it came down to it, Lewis Hamilton has got no chance. When it was, if Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen were fighting in the same exact car, Verstappen will destroy Lewis Hamilton 9 times out of 10, dude. 9 times out of 10, Verstappen would destroy Lewis Hamilton if they had equal opportunities. No one being handicapped, no second driver, first driver nonsense. Black and white flag for Gasly. Black and white flag for Gasly because of track limits. 10 laps remaining. So, look, I've got no, like, I do believe that Max Verstappen deserves vote, so that they've got vote for your driver of the day, Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen is just able to manage his, like, race. No, like, give him rain, give him anything, he will maintain his race, bro. Like, when they said he was hitting the barrier, I was like, whoa, bro, he's hitting the barrier. No, it's not even that. So Lando Norris passed Yuki Tsunoda. Ooh. Yuki Tsunoda has got braking problems and everybody's passing him easily. Oscar Piastri also passed Yuki Tsunoda just the same way as his teammate Norris. So now we're watching Yuki Tsunoda trying to... Oh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous, bro. Oh no, it's actually not on the racing line, so that's fine. There we go. Go, 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 go! Yuki Tsunoda, you're waiting for nothing, bro. You're waiting for nobody. My goodness, have some urgency as a racing driver, Yuki Tsunoda. My goodness. It's probably just because I had a better view than him, because he was still waiting for Ghost to pass him. It looked like it. Honestly, this is a very good race when it comes to what I thought it was going to be a very boring race. But these last 20-30 laps were pretty interesting when it started raining. Unfortunately for Ferrari, once again, Ferrari strategy at Monaco is an absolute disaster, bro. Now, I will also say that it is partly the drivers are to blame. The reason why the drivers are to blame, because instead of coming in when they could come in, why is his brakes giving him, why is Yuki Tsunoda's brakes giving him problems? I think they need to retire him, man. Just retire Yuki Tsunoda already, please. Don't be stupid about it. Like, he's just gonna cause an accident at this point. Yeah, so Red Bull just asked Max Verstappen, is there any chance that you can stop using intermediates and you can change the tire? And Verstappen said immediately, no, we have to stay on intermediate tires. Very quickly and swiftly told his racing engineer that no, there's no chance for you to drive anything other than intermediates, knowing that the team wants him to change to drier tires. This is insane to me, man. Nah, it's not that big. So Max Verstappen is actually hitting okay, now Max Verstappen is actually pushing the car, hitting barriers. Now you can say he's not hitting them that hard, but I would say a few more hits like that and you'll probably not, your car won't function the way that you want it to function. That's what I'm saying. So Verstappen, please, I know you're a world champion. I know that, bro, but you need to calm down, bro. I understand you want to drive to your maximum. I understand that. Max is trying to drive to his max. No matter the weather, bro, he wants to drive to his maximum. I don't think it's the best move. Max Verstappen is now catching up to these guys. AKA that's not last position. What is that? That is 17, 16 position. Hulkenberg is about to pass Perez, bro. They made it pretty easy for Verstappen, huh? Hulkenberg is gonna try something, watch. Please, please, just watch out, Hulkenberg. Like, I think Hulkenberg is a pretty cool driver, man. He's already proven this year that he definitely has what it takes to be in Formula 1, and there's no question about it. Hulkenberg, the experienced Formula 1 driver, needs to stay in Formula 1. He still has the skills. Still has the skills to pay the bills, man. The Formula 1 skills, that is. Is that Perez? So Perez is going to change his tire and probably sliding, and watch. Perez is going to change his tire and now he's going to, like, Perez, I think this is his 5th time pitting today. I think Perez has pitted 5 times today. It's crazy, man. Insanity, man. Okay, so Verstappen is trying to push his limits. Like, Verstappen doesn't care if there's someone pushing him. He still wants to push his own limits. He is his own enemy right now. He's his own opposition and he creates it. I could see when he was driving in the wet, when it started raining, you could see he loves to fight the car, like likes to let's say wrestle the car, because you could see the way he turns his steering wheel. It's not a nervous turn. It's like a very confident, I am in control of you, you're not in control of me type of steering. Now, trust me, when I saw him clipping that barrier, this last time I saw him touching that barrier, I was like, well, okay, that is enough. If you touch the barrier more like that, then you're just going to show that you're not respecting your own limits. And if a guy cannot respect his own limits, then you are your own worst enemy, and then you will cost your own championship at that point. Even though I know he's going to win the championship because of Red Bull being so good. Also, we can also confirm that Piastri was far better driver for McLaren than what Ricciardo is. What Piastri is doing in his rookie career already is very good. He's proving so much every day that he deserves to be in Formula 1. Especially in the second race in Jeddah, like Piastri showed as soon as Norris messed up, Piastri was there. As soon as Norris showed in the race that he wasn't able to maintain the pace, Piastri was there to go past and finish ahead of Lando Norris. Now, of course, granted that Norris gave him the position, but at the same time, Piastri just was faster, man. And we've never said that about Ricciardo versus Norris ever. This is Piastri's learning here. He's learning how to use these cars. Like, he's only going to get better from here on. So Piastri is already doing very good already, so. So, yeah, Russell's going to end up behind Leclerc with the penalty. Yeah, Ocon, I do agree. I don't like the way that he was trying to intimidate the drivers that were trying to pass him, like Carlos Sainz. There was more drivers trying to pass him, and he kept trying. It kept like I think it was also Lewis, right? He kept moving in front of him, which you shouldn't be able, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. So they're giving Alonso is driver of the day. Nah, actually, I do agree with that. Alonso is driver of the day. I agree with that. Alonso is driver of the day because being second in that car, you know, like for his age, he's very good. Like it's incredible to think what Alonso is still capable of. 40 years old and he's still capable of being second in Monaco, bro. Insane. Look here, I like this is where the Formula One drivers show that they are worth their pay. Because this type of racetrack is not fun, dude. Like for me, I don't see this racetrack as fun. And I'm a casual, you know, Formula One fan, you know, not a casual Formula One fan, but I'm a casual, you know, sim racing, you know, fan. I love to do sim racing, and I've always when you would do that sim racing where you have to drive on this track, and it's next in line, you always you know you don't want to race on this racetrack because you know one thing's gonna happen, you will crash. You will almost always crash. Ooh. Is that Alonso? Is that Alonso lapping or trying to lap Ocon? Interesting. Because that's definitely an Aston Martin behind Ocon, right? Let's see if that's an Aston Martin. No, that's Hamilton. That is Hamilton behind Ocon. Well, why did it look like an Aston Martin for a second? Dude, Lewis Hamilton can get a podium, bro. Remember, Lewis Hamilton doesn't care about anything other than, you know, getting podiums. You know, even if his car does his work for him. Who is that? That's in the pits. Magnussen. Magnussen retired. He said, I no longer want to deal with this car. I no longer want to deal with this race. Please get me the hell out of this race. Yeah. I'm very surprised that some of these racing drivers just couldn't keep drivers behind them, dude. Couldn't keep drivers behind them. Once again, Max Verstappen proving that he doesn't need someone like Lewis Hamilton. He is his own opponent. He will challenge himself. If no one wants to challenge him, he will challenge himself. He will race his race the way that he feels, and that's exactly what happened. He did what he needed to do, and he proved once again to the whole world that he is a driver. A driver that has no limitations other than the limitations he imposed on himself. And trust me, Lewis Hamilton is not Max Verstappen. Like that's one thing I would love to say to anybody listening and watching, is that Max Verstappen is yet to show us his full potential. Max Verstappen is yet to show us his full potential. He has not shown us his full potential. I would say the only time that we could see him, you know, needing to push more than what he's used to push is what was when he was fighting against Perez and lost in Azerbaijan. There he definitely lost. He couldn't do much. Couldn't do much against Paris, but he did say he did manage to let's say find some corrections to put himself in a better position next time. And yeah, so basically Max Verstappen is winning this race. Good for him. Happy for Max Verstappen. This is good. Good. At least we know that whatever is happening, Max Verstappen is a winner. Okay, so now I've got to fix some technical issues here, but ultimately Max Verstappen is winning this race. Max Verstappen is winning this. Russell will probably end up behind Leclerc. Most likely end up behind Leclerc, and let's see. Let's see. If I can't fix this, then I'm just going to. If I cannot fix this, then I'm just gonna call it. I've seen enough. I know who's gonna win. I will make sure that I have the confirmation of the positions, of course. So I think it's done, right? Yeah, it's done. It's over. It's over. So Max Verstappen has just been congratulated. Verstappen saying it was quite enjoyable as well. Absolutely. Fantastic drive. I do agree with Christian Horner. So yeah, so that's it. So first Verstappen. Max Verstappen first, Fernando Alonso second. Esteban Ocon deserves the third place, even though I don't like his dirty driving, keeping people behind him. I believe he should have been warned, but because he wasn't warned, he got away with it more than once, which I don't think is fair. But for his car and for what he achieved, I think he still deserves it. Carlos Sainz in fourth, Lewis Hamilton fifth, Charles Leclerc sixth, Pierre Gasly seventh, George Russell ended up in eighth place. How did Carlos Sainz get in front of Lewis Hamilton? Huh? How did Lewis Hamilton get behind Carlos? Did something happen with Lewis Hamilton? Oh, you see, now I didn't see this, so I don't know what exactly happened there. Pierre Gasly in 7th, George Russell 8th, 9th, Yuki Tsunoda, 10th, Lando Norris, 11th, Oscar Piastri. Dude, is this thing correct? Okay, so there was an issue, it seems. There was an issue. There was an issue. This thing wasn't updating. That is sad. So position check again. So first we had Verstappen, then Austin Martin of Fernando Alonso, then Esteban Ocon, Lewis Hamilton fourth. George Russell stayed in fifth place, dude. Interesting. Charles Leclerc sixth, seventh Pierre Gasly, eighth Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris in ninth, 10th is Piastri, Valtteri Bottas 11th, Nick de Vries 12th, Zogwenu 13, Alexander Albon 14, Yuki Tsunoda 15, Sergio Perez 16, Nico Hulkenberg 17, Logan Sargent 18. And then, of course, we've got Logan Sargent is 18, 19 is Kevin Magnussen retired, and Lance Stroll also retired. Hopefully you did enjoy this race. If you did, do leave a like, do leave a subscribe. See you the next time. If possible, ciao for now.